In a dimly lit bar on a lonely highway, Devaans, the ambitious yet fearful salesman, entertained a small crowd of friends with slick sales pitches as the flickering neon signs fought against the encroaching darkness outside. Laughter erupted like the crackling of old vinyl records, but beneath Devaans' confident veneer lay a reservoir of insecurities, echoes of past failures surfacing with every boastful claim. He glanced at the window, a haunted reflection, staring back at missed deals and disappointments twisted into his brow. As neon light bled into the bar's wooden ambience, he could almost sense the presence of unseen phantoms lingering in the corners. "Have you guys heard about that haunted church just down the road?" joked Ricky, a friend with a penchant for thrill-seeking. The group burst into laughter, but Devaans, feeling the weight of their playful mocking, sensed an opportunity to prove himself. "Let's go check it out," he declared, feigning bravery. The teasing grew louder, prodding him to light a match to his own bravado. Caught in a web of camaraderie and dares, Devaans led the group outside into the chilly night air, where their footsteps echoed against the asphalt. As they left the safety of the bar behind, the street was eerily quiet as they trudged toward the dilapidated church. Ghostly shadows danced under the dim glow of street lamps, while an unsettling breeze whispered secrets through the trees. They passed this unhairy railway station, where the faint sound of a train horn collided with echoes of distorted laughter, sending chills down Devaans' spine. As they approached the looming structure of the abandoned church, a well-groomed man who seemed oddly out of place with his pristine suit stepped forward, a glint of mischief in his eyes. "You sure you want to go in there? They say she still waits for visitors." His playful tone held an alarming undertone cadence. The perceptive bartender, who often mixed their drinks at the bar, hesitated. "Maybe we should head back. It doesn't feel right." Her intuition tugged at her. The warnings enveloped her like a fog, but her friends laughed dismissively, coaxing her to join their expedition. Devaans, craving validation, argued against any retreat. "Come on, we are here to face our fears, right?" They stepped into the church, docked in shadows, where moonlight barely illuminated the decaying wooden pews. Dust rained on, challenged thick underfoot. With each creak of the door, an unseen dread settled over them, like a cold cloak. Inside, tension swirled like a storm, electrifying the air. They ventured deeper, exploring the derelict remains of what was once a place of solace. A sudden flicker in the failing lights drew their attention to the arched windows, where spectral shapes seemed to loom, beckoning from the corners of their peripheral vision. Devaans stumbled upon an old diary, its pages tattered and yellowed by time. He read out loud, piecing together the chilling tale of a woman, once the church's caretaker, who lured unsuspecting visitors into her web, cruelly to vanish them without a trace. As their initial thrill transformed into palpable fear, a sudden chill enveloped Devaans, igniting lingering shadows around it. One of them, Steven, cracked a joke, only to fall to mid-laugh, swallowed by the heavy atmosphere. The group jumped as the temperature plummeted, and eerie murmurs filled their ears, the sound almost like whispers beckoning from the very walls. The shadows morphed into more than mere illusions. They felt someone's presence behind them, heavy and real. Panic instilled itself in their hearts, and the group stepped closer together, clinging to each other as the walls seemed to close in. Devaans, despite the tightening knot of fear in his stomach, did his best to remain calm, rallying his friends as they reassured one another in their bravado. But that facade shattered when a figure materialized in front of them, ethereal yet terrifying, bearing the weight of sorrow and anger. The apparition was the woman from the diary, a visage of torment, her face twisted in an eternal scream. The group screamed in horror as the spirit screamed, reverberating through the church, shaking the very foundation they stood upon. In the ensuing chaos, they stumbled over one another, trying to escape, but Devaans found himself slow-moving, paralyzed by fear as the spirit reached out, her fingers grasping at his heart. At that moment, truth surfaced. Each friend confronted their innermost fears and regrets. Amidst the panic, Cadence showcased the true heroism they all needed. She pushed back against the fear, trying to ground herself as she pulled Devaans from the spirit's grasp. But in their scramble, Bosley, the loyal dog, was caught in the frenzy, injuring himself as he dashed to protect his owner. Ultimately, the friends broke free, fleeing toward the exit. Breathless and terrified, Devaans, now gravely wounded, held onto Cadence in the windprint Bosley. With one last glance at the apparition, they dashed into the night. As dawn's light began creeping over the horizon, they emerged from the church, legs trembling, the rigid silence outside amplifying their heartbeats. The sun's first rays illuminated their return route, but the haunting memories clung lovingly to them, an intense reminder of their harrowing experience. Back at the safety of the bar, laughter rang hollow in the golden morning light. Devaans sat, the glow of the neon lights dancing beneath his eyes, and he felt changed. He was not just the naive salesman he'd been, but a man deeply aware of the shadows the past could cast upon the present. He glanced at Cadence, her past woven with the night's trials, in silent acknowledgement. They were kindred spirits, burdened by their own fears. They would start anew, embracing vigilance rather than bravado in their daily life. As he exchanged anxious but knowing glances, Bosley nestled protectively against them. Now more than just a dog, but a reminder of their fight against fear. The familiar warmth of the bar was now tinted with the chilling whispers of ghosts, each corner echoing their story. The camera pulled back, the once cheerful atmosphere now slightly haunting, revealing the dim lights that seemed to flicker in nervous anticipation. The final shot left lingering doubts and unresolved fears, carving a path into the depths of the mind where nightmares awaited.